our attention is being monetized. Actually, in effect, we are being programmed, being trained, not educated, but trained, conditioned. And if that feels offensive, then ask yourself why. Because deep down, your spirit knows the difference between a mind that is free and a mind that is managed. This isn't about distraction like some harmless habit. This is a behavioral control dressed up as entertainment. The system doesn't need to drag you anywhere. It just needs you to stay still, glued to the screen, to the TV, to the computer, reacting instead of thinking. Here's the cold truth. The modern economy has a product more valuable than oil, more valuable than gold. It is our attention. Platforms compete to capture it, measure it, sell it, and keep it. That's not poetry. This is literally how the attention economy works. Your focus is treated like a commodity to be extracted and monetized. And the tools are not neutral. Algorithms learn what makes you stop, what makes you rage, what makes you lust, what makes you laugh, and what makes you spiral. Then they feed you more of it because your strongest emotions are the easiest handles to grab. Research on ranking systems show engagement-based algorithms can amplify emotionally charged and divisive content because it drives interaction. So when you say, I know why I keep scrolling, the honest answer is because you were designed to keep strolling. Now let's talk about the impact, because it's not abstract and it's scrolling. In the United States, about half of teenagers report 4 hours or more of daily screen time, not counting schoolwork. Black, non-Hispanic were most likely to have 4+ hours, about 60.4%. That means a huge share of our youth are spending hours every day inside machines engineered to keep them entangled, not enlightened. You see, you think that the machine is in your hand, but you actually in the machine. And you can see the cost in what's fading: deep reading, patience, reasoning, attention span, memory, discipline. The mind can't build a future if it's trained to only respond to the next notification. Meanwhile, reading outcomes show a brutal reality. According to measurements, the share of black fourth graders scoring at or above proficiency in reading has been reported around 16%. That's not a small problem, that's an emergency, because reading is not just school. Reading is the gateway to law, finance, science, history, contracts, code, ownership, and protecting yourself. So let me say it in a way nobody can misunderstand. If you can't read well, you can't verify. If you can't verify, you can be lied to. If you could be lied to, you could be led. And if you could be led, you could be used. Now, here's where the message gets uncomfortable. Some of the same people who are being erased, manipulated, shortchanged, are acting like they don't care. Not because they truly don't care, but because numbness looks like not caring. And when you're overloaded with trauma, entertainment, and noise, it becomes easier to laugh than to learn, easier to argue than to organize, easier to watch than to build. But understand this: the future does not pause because you're tired. The world keeps moving, technology keeps moving, money keeps moving, policy keeps moving, and if you are not contributing to the present or building the future, you are not neutral. You are being positioned, placed where you can be managed. And that's why edited history matters so much. When your story is reduced to a single chapter of suffering, you internalize limitations. When entire lineages of builders, strategists, scholars, inventors, and freedom fighters are minimized or omitted, you start to believe greatness is rare among your people, when the truth is it has often been unrecognized, uncredited, or intentionally pushed out of the spotlight. A people disconnected from their true past becomes easier to steer because they don't know what they're capable of. And some of you already feel that spiritual ache, the feeling that something is wrong, but you can't name it. That is not paranoia. It's your inner alarm. Your spirit is reacting to the fact that you are being flooded with content while being starved for the truth. Because the system doesn't fear you, your body, as much as it fears your clarity. A clear mind is expensive for a control system. A clear mind asks, why am I consuming 4 hours a day and producing almost nothing? Why can I quote jokes, trends, but I can't explain a contract, a budget, a policy, or my own history? Why do I know celebrities, politicians, and not community leaders, local elections, ownership pathways? And when you start asking those questions, you start exiting the program. Let me make it even more clear. They don't have to ban books if they can make you hate reading. They don't have to censor the truth if they can bury it under entertainment. They don't have to break communities if they can keep people emotionally reactive and intellectually undertrained. This is why manipulation is relentless, because it works. And it's not just entertainment, it's also surveillance. Tools like facial recognition have documented demographic error gaps. A major federal evaluation discussed by legal scholarship notes that some algorithms were 10 to 100 times more likely to misidentify black faces than white faces. It's not misidentification. You know what it is. So understand what era you're in, and a time where attention can be harvested and identity can be misread. While people are told it's just tech. Now, here's the turning point. If you have spirit, if you have inner witness inside you, then listen, your spirit was not built to be entertained into emptiness. Your spirit was built to create, discern, to lead, to protect, to heal, to build something that outlives you. So here's the awakening message. You are not here to be a consumer for somebody else's profit. You're not here to be a reaction machine. You're not here to scroll your life away and call it normal. You want the shocking truth? The shocking truth is not that someone is doing it to you. The shocking truth is this. They don't need permission anymore because you give it away. With every hour you feed that machine and starve your mind, you participate in your own weakness. So that ends the moment you decide your mind is sacred. So do what sleeping people refuse to do. Guard your attention like it's your future, because it is. Train your thinking like it's a weapon, because it is. Relearn history like it's your identity, because it is. Build skills like your children depend on it, because they do. Because the real revolution is not viral, it is internal. It is the moment you stop being programmable. And when enough people do that, when they start reading, learning, thinking, building, owning, The machine loses what it feeds on. It loses you.